It's not a work per se. If it was work, I don't need to work another day of my life, but I'm called, you know? So I think my friends are people that are called, and my friends are people that are funny, because I love to laugh. But I'm the kind of guy, I'm so easy. If I go to a movie and somebody sacrifices and does the right thing, you know, I cry my eyes out. It's just like, since I was a little boy, there's something inside me that just says that's the goodness of the human spirit, you know? Yeah. And so my friends are people that are made up of that, basically. And I have friends that are incredibly successful, the best in the world what they do. I have a lot of friends that are 18 years my senior, 20 years my senior, and I've known them since they were, 45, and now they're 75 or 80. And so they've given me kind of see the road ahead. Everybody's path is different, but the road of life changes. And I'm in a stage of my life now where I'm able to mentor people at a different level, just because I've had so many life experiences. I've had to take it to history. I've been there with Gorbachev at the point when he's trying to figure out what to do, or Princess Diana when she's deciding, does she want to no longer be princess? I've had some wild experiences, the greatest athletes in the world at key moments in their careers. So I've had these cool tickets to history, which have put things in such a perspective that when stuff happens that upsets people, it's like, compared to what? It's pretty simple compared to what most people happen to go through. So I feel really blessed. But I hope people, in the book, one of the things I hope people pick up that, young people don't think about very much is testing. I was never a person that wanted, kind of like you with your wife, right? I'm going to do this thing. And then in order to perform, I learned every biohack. But I don't want to get in the system and get measured. But today, there's some amazing tests. So I used to be afraid of cancer. There's a brand new test. The one thing in common in the book I should mention is I tell you all these stories of these amazing human beings that have created these breakthroughs. And what they all have in common, these huge breakthroughs, some of which took 20 or 30 years and are just now available, they all lost somebody. They lost a wife or a husband or a child or a close patient, and it drove them not to accept the standard of care and find a new solution. And so one of those is this test called GRAIL. It's a simple blood test anybody can do now. It just came out 8 months ago. And it allows you to test your body for any cancer in your body. And so why is that important? Well, because the National Cancer Institute did a study, and they found that if you get diagnosed at stage 3 or 4, you have an 80% chance of dying. I prefer I have a 20% chance of living and figuring that out. But their point is well made. It's hard to turn around. If you get it at stage 1 or 2, you have an 80 to 99.9% chance of living. So with cancer, it's going to affect most people in their lifetime. To be able to do a quick blood test and or an MRI for those pieces and know exactly what's going in your body is amazing. So there's some little things you can do. There's metal tests. I had a really bad hit with mercury because I was a vegan. Then I felt like I needed some other form of protein, so I started eating fish. And all I had was salad and fish. But I had tuna and swordfish were my favorites. Those are 75-year-old fish that eat all the smaller fish, and we polluted the water so much now, they're filled with mercury. And so I went to go get this set of tests, and they tested me, and on a 0 to 5, where 5 is extremely concerning, I was 123. And so I've spent the last 4 or 5 years getting that mercury out of my body. It literally it interrupts your ATP, your energy level. Like if you start feeling foggy or exhausted or tired, it can be metals. And about 1 out of every 3 people, including friends that are 25 years old, because of the environment we're in right now, they go and they discover they've got cadmium or they've got lead or they've got mercury. So I really encourage people to go do that metals test. If you're not feeling great, a lot of times when people think it's aging, it's just metals. And you can get them out of your system when they're small, and it's a hell of a lot easier than what I've gone through in my life.
And it's always